collab with the lovely Karen Ann MUA, and we are recreating Jaclyn Hill's makeup looks. Like, we're following YouTube videos by her to recreate her look. So the video I picked was, let me look it up, I don't know the exact name of it. So the video I chose to recreate was one from a year ago, and it was titled First Official Tutorial Using the Vault Collection. So that is the one I'm following today.
And if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep watching.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And yeah, another disclaimer before we start. If you can hear that noise in the background, it's quite loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but that is my epoxy tumbler going on its little spinner. I'll put some pictures of them right here so you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys want to check out my shop on Etsy, it is linked down below in the description box. At checkout, you can use the code MXM10 to get 10% off of your order. So yeah, go check that out, and without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. Okay, so as Jaclyn said, we are starting off with the Vault palette in Ring the Alarm, and we're going to dip into the shade Rush. I don't have the exact brush that she used, so I'm just using this Equal Tools dual-sided brush. So yeah, we're going to dip into Rush, and we are going to put that into the crease as our transition shade. Switching over to the Armed and Gorgeous palette from the Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection, and I'm using a Morphe M518 brush because I don't have the same one as her. I wish I had that big of a collection of brushes, but I sadly do not. So we're using the M518. We're going to dip into the shade Access right here, which is, it's kind of like showing up as like an orangey on the monitor, but it's kind of like a creamy yellow, like dark yellow color. So we're gonna pat that into the crease and kind of blend out the transition shade a little bit more. Okay, now we're switching back over to the Ring the Alarm palette from the Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection, and we are going to dip into the shade Mugshot. The brush I am using is an Ulta Beauty, just plain old blending brush. So we're going to dip into Mugshot, and we're going to pack that on the outer corner of the lid, and we're going to blend that a little bit into the crease. She also takes translucent powder and sets it under her eyes, so I'm gonna go and do that. Okay, so now we're going to be mixing the color Alert from the Ring the Alarm palette with the shade Sparks from the Bling Boss palette, and we're going to use the Morphe JH33 brush, and we're going to pack the mixture of the two shades into the outer corner of our creases. Okay, and to blend the red out, we are going to dip back into the Armed and Gorgeous palette with the Morphe M518 brush that we used earlier. We're going to dip back into the shade Access and just buff it out. Okay, so it looks like now we're going to be doing a half cut crease. I've got my Morphe concealer in the shade C 0.00. It's the white Morphe concealer. And then I've just got a Ulta Beauty flat concealer brush. And we are going to cut our crease. So she said, well, it's still tacky, use a flat brush. I've got an e.l.f. just flat concealer brush, and we are dipping into the Bling Boss palette, and we're gonna get the shade On Camera, and we're gonna pat that onto the cut crease. It's her setting spray. I've got the Morphe Luminous setting spray right here, and she spritzes it and pops it on there. Alright, next up we are going back into the Ring the Alarm palette, and we're going to be mixing these two shades right here. They're the shades Secret and Framed, and we're going to put those into the outer crease. Okay, now we're going back in with the gold shade from the Ring the Alarm palette, the shade On Camera, and we're taking the same brush and we're just going to lightly pat it over the shade that we just did to blend it just a little tiny bit. She was not kidding when she said this is a high maintenance look, but I have a feeling it's going to turn out super duper pretty. Okay, now still in the Ring the Alarm palette, we are going to dip into the shade Boom right here, and we're going to blend that right over here where the gold and the burgundy meet. Okay, so we're now moving on to the lower lash line. We are going to be dipping into the shade Mugshot right here, and I'm using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill GH40 brush, and I'm just going to pack that along the lower lash line. The shade Access from the Armed and Gorgeous palette, which is this one right here. I'm going to mix it with the shade Rush right here from the Ring the Alarm palette, and we're gonna mix those, and we're gonna buff out the lower lash line. Okay, so now in the Ring the Alarm palette, we are going to use the JH43 brush from Morphe. We're going to dip into the shade Framed, and we're going to put that along the lower lash line from the inner corner to the outer corner as close to the waterline as possible. Okay, well now we're going to take a complete 360 and hop on into the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and we are using a JH42 brush from Morphe, and we're going to dip into these two shades right here, highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. Okay, and then we're going to switch back to the Armed and Gorgeous palette. We're going to be using a JH39 brush, and we're going to dip into the shade VIP. And we are going to spritz it just a little tiny bit with setting spray. We're going to pop that right on the inner corner, just for a little extra highlight. so the next step that she does is she goes in and puts eyeliner in her waterline, she does mascara, and then she pops on some falsies. So I'm gonna do that off camera and I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've got eyeliner, mascara, and lashes on. I just use a black eyeshadow for my eyeliner because I don't have an eyeliner currently and I don't really feel like ordering it on Ulta and paying a crap ton for shipping. The mascara I use is the Essence Lash Princess. Oh my god, I always have such a hard time saying that. And then the eyelashes I use are the Eyelure Luxe Opulent. They are my absolute favorite lashes ever. So this is what the eye look looks like. I know the lashes are a little big, but I don't know, I think it looks super pretty. So now we are going to move on to the face. For bronzer today, I'm going to use the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I just have a Ulta bronzing brush. So much better because I don't look like a piece of paper now. For blush, we are dipping into the Morphe 8W blush palette, and we are going to use the shade right here called Provocative. And this shade is super pigmented, so I only use tiny little bit at a time and build it up slowly. Love blush. For a highlight today, we are going to use the highlight that Karen bought for me since I won her St. Patrick's Day collab, and the highlight is the Jaclyn Hill High Volt Loose Highlighter. Well, it's not the Jaclyn Hill, it's the Jaclyn Cosmetics Loose Highlighter in the shade High Volt. It's got like a kind of like a pinky champagne, and to put it on I'm using the brush, one of the brushes that Karen bought for me. It is the J03 brush from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Thank you again to Karen for buying these products for me. I'm super thankful to you. It's snowing outside. Well, that's kind of upsetting. Michigan is kind of crazy right now. Yesterday it was like 65 plus degrees and sunny, and today it is in the 30s and snowing. I'm upset. We're in like what us Michiganders call a false spring, where we think it's spring but it's not, and Michigan just flips between, you know, spring and winter like every other day. So yeah, it's snowing outside and it's very upsetting. Anyways, back to the look. So this is what the highlighter looks like. Thank you so much to Karen. I love this highlighter and I just am so grateful that I won the collab and that she bought it for me. So yeah, thank you, Karen. And this is basically it. I'm going to use the Morphe Luminous setting spray and I'm going to set the look. Got that nice dew. If you guys haven't tried the Morphe Luminous setting spray, you should definitely try it. It has become one of my favorite setting sprays to use. I used to be a diehard fan of the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, but even with using that, sometimes my makeup would rub off. I had this problem where, like, if I hugged my fiance, it would rub off onto his shirt after like so long, and I've tested this one out and it doesn't do that. So like, that's quite amazing. So this has turned into my new favorite setting spray, and not to mention that it's a ton cheaper than the Urban Decay setting spray. This is the final product of today's look. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Don't forget to go check out Karen's channel. I will have her video and her channel linked down below in the description box. And I just want to say thank you to Karen for collabing with me. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.